Hey everyone, today we'll go through the patch note for March 4th. There are a couple things to go through as well as new reactors, so I will try to give you my impression of it and we'll go through them together. So first thing we have is a new supplement story for the Fallen Hawk. It's going to be telling a bit more stories about the Fallen Hawk members such as Doma, Yuma, as well as Luzaria. So I really liked this one back in the day when it came out in Korean server, and for the longest time, I don't know for whatever reason, it was not included in the global server, but now they're adding that along with the missing counter case for the global server. They are all going to be added, so there is that. I'm going to keep myself short because I spent like an hour on this part. And I scrap all of that because I just wanted to give you very summarized versions and what I think. Straightforward. So yeah. First of all, Amy is going to be getting a reactor that's going to be enhancing her passive skill. It's going to be giving additional crit damage boost, plus 40%, attack plus 40%, added to her level 5 passive skill effect. And this passive skill effect will trigger once again after she reactivates her special and ultimate skills. She has a restriction number 1 that she won't be able to do a crit damage with her specials and ultimate skill. So she won't be able to crit, so the crit damage goes out of the window. And the second thing is that she won't be able to crit with her basic attack after casting special skill for 4 seconds. So there's that. I think personally they should at least get rid of that effect so her basic skill can always crit instead of having that 4-second downtime. So that's just me maybe, but I think that restriction should be gone. Maybe after I actually use it, maybe I'll feel different about it and be like, oh, actually that's not needed. But personally I think that's like the major downside I see. So if they get rid of that restrictions and if the basic attack is not enough, they maybe try to get rid of the not being able to crit parts with the special and ultimate skill and maybe have a different result. Just to remind you once again, I think she was really OP, and if you look at her kits, you can probably understand why. So I can kind of see a reason why they're being careful, but like I said, I think those two things could be removed and it should be okay. We'll see. So I'll test it out and actually see the numbers for myself, but that's my impression so far with her reactor. Second character is the one that I thought it was actually really good, and I tested with the existing gears and stuff, then came to conclusion that Clareth's reactor is definitely not worth your time. I think most optimized way to play with his kit is the using like a skill haste build, so he can spam his ultimate skill to get a full stack and use a free special skill. But in that process, you won't be able to get the huge benefit with this reactor. If you play other option instead, I don't think it'll be that much better either. So return isn't that big, and it's not like he's OP units or anything. So I think it's kind of underwhelming overall for as a whole units. It has a right idea, I think, but it needs more than that to work around with this. Maybe his stacks needs to be lowered to like 10, stuff like that. Along with this effect, maybe that can help, but as of right now, with just this effect alone, I don't think he's really worth it. Last character we have is Rinae, and I think she's the one that got the massive upgrade. Her reactor definitely gives her really good bonus effects. It's going to be giving more skill haste, which is going to be crucial for her skill kits, and it's also going to be doubling the basic debuff effect, which could be amplified by using special or ultimate skill. So I will say her reactor looks really promising. The only thing holding her back is that she's a 3-cost striker unit, meaning she's quite squishy, so that won't be fixed. I mean, if they made her into all of that and make her tanky as well, then they'll be just unstoppable striker units. So it's a good level 1 reactor, and if the level 2 gives a just bit of survivability, possibility, maybe here and there, I think she could be really crazy OP units. Next one is a capital point event, and by this time you already know what this event is, but for any new players, this is basically event where you are going to be just doing your daily routine stuffs, and you're going to be getting this hot dog as a currency that you can spend on the shops. And the item to prioritize, if you really don't know, like it's pure possibility, is pretty good option. Set binary no brainer, fusion core of course, tuning binary should be also good, so as a special adapt of course. And the rest is mostly usual things, rerun banner here and there, and danger close rotations with the stability. and ground units attack. It's Korean time, I would say. 120 Korean to just melt the boss. We'll see. I think that's probably the way. We got arcade mode here as well, some challenge stage back. And we also have the drop rate bonus for the substream event and the mace. And if you don't have pure possibility, you can actually get one from here. Next, we'll talk about the dev notes in this video as well. And the first thing is that we have the illustration for the next counterpass units, Exorcist, Vanguard, Nicole. So this is basically a locked in mode for Nicole. She is going to be purifying all the evils in this outfits and her new weapons. So we'll see what she will be in terms of class-wise, but I like her design. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I like this different look. She definitely looks locked in compared to her original art. And we also have a new Agnes as well, which is going to be the next operator. And we'll definitely see if she's going to be the meta units. We haven't seen meta operators since Asha, so it's been some time since that. So we'll see if she will be filling in as a meta operator rooms. Could be or could be not be. We'll see. If she is, I will definitely update the meta operator list. And we got the new alternating reactors in the patch notes, so skip this. And the balance adjustments is going to be happening for striker units this month. So survivability is going to be the key point. They're going to be enhancing. Yenxing, I think, could be benefiting pretty big from this since she has a reactors, as well as she was definitely one character that was pretty famous whenever she got upped back in the day. So I think with the right amount of survivability, she could be played with certain comms and operator. Reona as well as the Yannicka, I think these two are lost cause. I think it's going to be really hard to keep them into the PvP areas unless they got massive buff, so I wouldn't really expect much from these two. Aura, I think, has a high possibility of being a really good unit because I think her base kit has a lot of potential, so I would say this one is pretty good. Suicide Squad Jushion, Rearmament Jushion, I think also has a high possibility of being really good units. So I think with the right amount of survivability for 3 cost units, I think she should be a really popular pick as well. And they're also ending arcade mode soft. They're only going to be running whenever there's a tournament mode, so you can test out your team in the arcade mode. Next one is the rank battle changes, and I think this one is a pretty big changes as well. First thing they're meddling around with is the ban system. So your units are going to be getting banned less often and locked away for less. So it's going to be your units you raised up going to be seeing much more usage. And along with that, in the leagues below Challenger, points will no longer be deducted upon defeat. I think these two changes are pretty good for casual players or like anyone who doesn't trying to compete within Challenger. But I think they should definitely apply this to just like below Challenger first. I personally think. I don't think Challenger people really have that much problem with the ban list. I think they pretty much have everything they require and they just play around with the whatever options the game kind of throws at you every week with the ban list and rotations. So I think below Challenger, this is not a bad thing. I think people can just use whatever they want more often and they don't have a stress of losing points if they lose. So I think this works, but I think above Challenger, I think they should try to keep it sweaty as possible with a lot of limitations. Personally, that's my opinions, but we'll see. And they're also going to be increasing max capacity for Eterniums and also the charge amount that fills up Bailey as well. So as you level up, you are going to be getting some increase here and there. And there's that, which is pretty nice. And the search function they mentioned in the live stream will be applied as well as a new substream Moonlights will be introduced in April with the new Awakening units most likely. The last one is Appreciation Kit, and they definitely dropped the ball for this one. So they said they are going to be sending a new one down the road. And it is free items, but at the same time, this is kind of Medal of Honor for how much hard and royal of the player you are. So I think they should be giving you a better quality one in terms of the one they sent. So they're sending better quality. I think some of the items I've seen from it is okay, like the badges they give looks pretty cool. But the main thing with your name on it, I think they should definitely rework on that, which they said they are. So yeah. But that's pretty much it for the dev notes and the patch notes altogether. Hope you guys enjoy this one. I will see you guys next time. Take care.